I really want to get this message right. Everywhere you show up, you make things better. You make the days easier. You can see what people are going to do because of insane pattern recognition, but it's like you have some foresight into what's happening next when they don't necessarily. And I think for me personally, I think that we think we know, and we wonder that, that was their intent all along. But the reality is, actually, we're going to have to start trusting them, because they don't. They don't know what they're doing. They genuinely are surprised. They are genuinely in panic mode. You're a leader in ways you don't realize that you are, and you haven't recognized it. Hopefully this means we are going to have this awakening and recognize it. You're going to recognize that you are a leader, and you have been all along. When there is a crisis and you think, oh, this is no big deal, this is so small, while everyone else is still running in circles like a chicken with their head cut off, you know what you're doing. You've got your head on. You don't know why, you don't know how, it's just always been that way. You've had conversations with people where you give solutions and all they have are answers. They don't have answers. All they have are more problems, no matter what solution you give them. But what you're recognizing is that's really theirs. That's theirs. They call it potential. How potent one is. Or can be. But you're 100 proof. I heard 100 proof, but I'm trying to think of a specific word. But, yeah, you are. Because of that foresight, for whatever reason that it supposedly is there, because you can kind of see what someone's going to do or what the next step should be. Disaster strikes, you can step in and take over. This is the first thing we're going to do. We need to do this, so we're going to do that. And step 1, step 2, step 3, you start a plan like that, even though you actually walk around every day saying you're not good at planning. Yeah, but you are. You're not. You might be messy. I know I am. And this is why I started thinking of this today. I know it is. Because I've been noticing the synchronicities. I've been noticing them. So I know that's what this is. This is what the message was. I was just in there brushing my teeth. And literally, I'm doing that thing. And I kind of realized inside while it was happening. I was like, okay, this is it. Pay attention. You need to go do a message. But that's completely definitely it, I think. And it's something I know personally I've been working on. But you don't know that you're a leader. And you are. And you make everywhere you go better. And for me, what I like to do is, with a message like that, if you think that's not true, start saying that to yourself, without a doubt. And anytime you watch a video that says you, but you're the one, I am reading it to myself, so I should say I. Because if you always say you is someone else. I want to say third person, but it's exterior. Say I. Turn it around, put it in that tense, from first person view, because that will slowly start to change your brain over. So if you're going, no, that's not me, I don't step in, I'm not great in a crisis, I'm this, I'm that, that's the eye opener. Start saying these things. I am calm, I am in control. Be present. Take long, deep breaths. I tell my girls every time when they're playing softball, take a deep breath before the pitcher releases the ball, just as they're releasing it. Take a deep breath, because it helps you to focus in on that exact moment. It slows down time. I don't know what else to tell you. And For one, I think that's where the superpower is. The focus, the superpower to really make things happen, to manifest them, and both manifest them literally right here, so that you can hit the ball, for example, etc. But anyway, yeah, you're a leader in ways you didn't even know. And maybe, hopefully, now your confidence can start to kind of come up a little, because when you can see what it is that you do best. Oh, yes, I was just talking about that, about how, schools in the beginning, I think schools really did exist for a good reason. I watched a video where in another country, I don't know if it was Finland, I was thinking, or just somewhere else, Europe, who knows, but talking about how in their schools, they don't even really pay for it, because it's like illegal to pay to teach people to, be whatever. And that's why there's like not a lot of private schools and stuff. But anyway, they teach you how to think, whereas, how it is. Now it's like hard. It's just standardized test. But we were just talking about that, and I forgot where I was. Okay. The closer you get to knowing who you are, the faster you can start utilizing yourself to your highest potential, essentially, I also always talk about how people, well, for one, we just settle and take jobs, and then we get upset, we don't really fit in a role, or this and that, and you're miserable because you're not doing something that you love, So the more you get to know yourself, the more you can just give in and accept, really love yourself at whole, and embrace your role. And in doing this and being able to see yourself from that bird's eye view, you can see yourself. You can see yourself the way that other people see you. The way, me, when I look at my daughter, that's all I think is, gosh, I wish you could see. Yeah, I was thinking of that earlier. Oh, I wish she could see herself the way I see her. And with this bird's eye view that you've got, that you didn't realize this was what you were doing. I know for myself, when I hear that, I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I can see everyone's perspective. And I can, though. And it happens like that. I don't force it most of the time. I don't force myself to put myself in someone else's shoes. It just automatically happens. When they tell me a story of what happened, I'm seeing it play out. So that's me going, oh, if it was me, oh, well, maybe I would have done this. But usually my brain would have done something else completely different, even if it's, the wrong thing to do. But being able to put yourself in, that's your superpower. Empathy is your superpower. Oh, that was from weeks ago. I know, I've been holding on to that one. So the sooner, you may think, oh, this is the worst thing, it's going to lead me somewhere else. It won't lead you somewhere awful, because you're happy. You're going to be happy. You're going to be doing something that fulfills your soul. Now, I feel like that's something I was working on personally here recently, because I was just working, and I do enjoy what I'm doing, and I enjoy what I was doing. I truly believe that we need a lot more of that hospitality and more personal community, putting the unity back in community and the common back in community. But we really do need all that back. We need the back in neighborhood. We need neighbor back in neighborhood. But I like to think that's collectively where some level of us are going here in the next, hopefully, 100 plus years, maybe less, if we stop focusing on all the 3D crap we don't need. Now, yes, it's nice to invest in yourself a little bit, and that's another thing, change of perception from this bird's eye view, because when you can truly appreciate every little thing, no electronics don't have to rule our lives, but we can be grateful for them, for the things they do for us. They help us share good news. They help us reach people that we haven't been able to reach or see or talk to in decades. They help us pay our bills, which for me makes my life easier, because the one thing that I know I don't want to be doing is having to go out into public and look at somebody through a glass and then have to run back out to the car to get somebody's ID because we're using his card and not mine to pay. Like, I don't want to be doing all that. So I can look at things from an even higher perspective. And even though there's always going to be the bad things or the cons, the negative experiences, They're always going to be there. So the only thing I can do is be thankful for these things. And then over time, even that will evolve and rise up. So, but it all starts within. And I think that's been the foundation. That's been the foundation here lately, is trying to figure out what you're good at, what's going to make you happy. But in doing so, you focus on these other things around you, helping others. Just like the saying says, don't ask what anything can do for me, ask what I can do for it or them. And we do, and when we start doing that, for one, we start to see the world differently. And I think empathy in itself will even come to us easier. But if you're just going to look at someone and be like, well, that so-and-so is such and such, and I don't like that, well, you just put a wall up, and that stops all progress. Oh my gosh, that's probably why humanity is stuck as a whole, as a mass, whatever it's called. That's definitely a good reason. Too many walls, people. Too many walls and not enough love. I think that was definitely the message. I know it got messy, because it does, and I'm very tired. I just took some medication, and we had a ball game tonight. It was a really good one. They did really good. Gigi stopped some balls, and I don't know if she got anyone out. I think she got at least one, but she got somebody out when she was on third base. Like, they play softball. And Alice actually hit the balls tonight and had a couple of really good runs. I don't think we really scored because we couldn't get enough on the bases at one time before we get another out. But they did really good. They had so much fun. I was like, what are you guys, on sugar or something today? What's happening? They were wild. But it was really good. They were good. They were good. They're a good team. They cheer each other on a lot, and I always try to encourage that. And I'll do it for both, because they're all kids. It's just an experience. They're just living. And I told Autumn we were playing, and she was like, let's go play. And I said, we are playing right now. We're playing like we're fans at a ball game. And they're all playing like they're ball players. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're all just playing a role. They're playing a president of a place. I hope you do. I hope you can see yourself very soon for exactly who you are. The negative experiences are always going to exist. We can't get rid of them. But that's not what we are. That's what we go through to become who we are. We can learn from it, go inside ourselves, edit, remove, delete, erase, upgrade. We get to choose. You're a leader in your own right. I mean, I'm a leader in my own right. Good night and love.